How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2A News Now. And I really do appreciate everybody that takes time to watch my videos. For a long time now, the ATF has definitely needed some reform. During the Biden administration, they threw a ton of money towards the ATF, where they concentrated more going after law-abiding citizens than they did criminals. And even during Donald Trump's first term as president, and during the last year of his first term as president, he even proposed a 19% increase for the ATF's budget. And that gave the ATF an extra $266 million, which created another 460 new positions at the ATF, including almost 250 new agents. But now we're in the year 2025, and Donald Trump is in his second term as president. Of course, we know there's some big changes going on, and he's cutting a lot of waste and spending in these agencies, including the ATF. And it was just announced recently that for the 2026 fiscal budget, that the ATF will receive $468 million less than last year. And last year's budget was about $1.62 billion. And one of the reasons why the Trump administration said they're cutting back on the ATF was the Biden administration's weaponizing of the agency. They say these cuts bolsters the Second Amendment by cutting funding to the ATF offices that criminalized law-abiding gun owners, and that the Biden administration used the ATF to attack gun-owning law-abiding citizens, and undermining the Second Amendment by requiring near universal background checks, as well as law-abiding citizens being subject to 10 years in prison for failing to register their pistol-braced weapons as SBRs, as well as ridiculous new restrictions on homemade firearms. And of course, the hundreds and hundreds of revocations of FFLs. This new budget forces the ATF to reprioritize resources towards illegal firearms and illegal firearm trafficking that are the cause of most violent crime in the United States. And not only are there cuts to the ATF, but also the DEA and the FBI. And of course, the gun-hating Democrats, as well as gun-hating groups like Giffords, are really pissed off about the budget cuts at the ATF. And they're saying if these budget cuts are approved, the ATF would have to slash hundreds and hundreds of jobs. And that's in addition, nearly 600 people have already accepted the government's deferred resignation option. They say the ATF currently employs about 5,300 people. And unbelievably, half of those are special agents. And if approved, the ATF will just have to suck it up and make do with what they have. But they definitely will have enough money to go after these dangerous people that are trafficking firearms, as well as violent criminals who use firearms in their crimes. But it also means that they won't have enough money in the budget to go after the law-abiding citizens who want to be just left alone and exercise their Second Amendment rights, as well as they won't have enough money in the budget to go after law-abiding FFLs that might make a few paperwork errors. Instead of revoking their FFLs, they should be coaching them how to do better and how they can ensure that their paperwork is 100% correct. Because these FFLs are small businesses, and we all know that small businesses, no matter what they sell, are the backbone of this country. And now all we need is Congress to pass this budget, so the ATF can go after the criminals and not after the law-abiding citizens. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think President Trump cutting $468 million from the ATF budget for 2026 is enough? Or do you think it should be less? Or do you think it should be more? And I know there's a lot of people out there that would prefer that the ATF just be obliterated. And as always, I appreciate everybody that supports the channel by not only watching the videos every time I post one, but also after watching them by liking, sharing, and subscribing and hitting those post notifications. I really do appreciate it. And I invite all of you to come back and watch my next video.